Hey, what's going on, folks? So Will Smith just dropped his official apology to Chris Rock months after him slapping him on the stage at these award shows that nobody seems to watch anymore, which spurred a lot of people into thinking it was staged just to get the ratings back up because they've been down. A lot of people think it was real, him defending his wife. We'll talk about it later, but I don't want to be annoying. Let's get into the video and we'll stop at times and have chats about it.
Mm-hmm.
Low-key, he kind of looks like a kid in timeout, you know? Like he just sat over there, but I get the whole beginning. He's trying to be like authentic, you know, I'm not even gonna script it. I'm gonna just walk down and sit there. But that face is just super funny to me. Like it looks like a kid who just got caught and they're like, you know, go sit in timeout. But
why didn't you apologize to Chris in your acceptance speech? I was fogged out by that point. It's all fuzzy. I've reached out to Chris, and the message that came back is that he's not ready to talk, and when he is, he will reach out. So I will say to you, Chris, I apologize to you. My behavior was unacceptable, and I'm here whenever you're ready to talk.
I guess he's saying Chris is still salty about it. Will has always been a cool guy to me. I like how he made cool rap songs, but he never cursed and had like super degenerate content. Like a lot of rappers, I'm not being a prude, but they just have such a crappy message, you know, crappy message for kids, adults, the world, the country. And Will Smith was never like that. He always had a good message, cool message, and didn't have to curse to do it. The Fresh Prince is one of my favorite shows growing up. And then he got into this relationship where, no offense, God bless the guy and his family, it seems like the woman in the relationship's running the show, and it's just created for some really weird situations and drama. With that being said, a lot of people think he really did slap Chris Rock, and it was like this, you know, guy being dominated by his wife or standing up for his wife, however you want to frame it, and just got emotional and felt like he needed to do that. A lot of people consider Will like a victim of the relationship because it seems like the woman's wearing the pants. That's just what the streets are saying. Don't get mad at me, I'm just the messenger. And a lot of people think it was staged because the Academy Awards or whatever, I don't even know what award show it was, had such low ratings, nobody wanted to watch it, and now all of a sudden there's like the most viewed video in a long time just so happened spontaneously on the stage. I get why people were skeptical. A failing award show of cringy celebrities that have nothing interesting going on except for hating on middle America now have this totally interesting storyline behind it. Let me know what you think in the comments, but I don't really have a big stance on it. I could see it going either way. Let's keep listening.
I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I saw an interview that Chris's mother did, and you know, that was one of the things about that moment. I just didn't realize, and you know, I wasn't thinking, but how many people got hurt in that moment. So I want to apologize to Chris's mother. I want to apologize to Chris's family, specifically Tony Rock. You know, we had a great relationship. You know, Tony Rock was my man. This is probably irreparable.
Real quick, I just want you to see, it says the world is sick, love is the cure. It was in the, you know, the long form shot. It's just like a funny concept. It's like, yeah, I slapped you in the face and you know, that wasn't very loving in front of the whole world and embarrassed you and your family, but you know, I've learned my lesson and the world is sick and love is the cure. I mean, I get it. It's like everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has flaws. Like nobody's perfect or anything, but it's just like, it's like typical like celebrity stuff. You know, they're like, we're all in this together to slow the spread. Okay, I'm going to go on my private jet to Hawaii, but you're not, you know, it's like, the world is sick and love is the cure. No, I root for Will. Seems like a nice guy. It's just kind of like cringy and funny. Like we're all doing this together. Now I'm gonna be at the LA Rams game without a mask on, but you peasants, get back to work. You know, it's like The world is sick and love is the cure. Yeah, I agree, I guess, but all right, whatever.
I spent the last 3 months replaying and understanding the nuances and the complexities of what happened in that moment. And I'm not going to try to unpack all of that right now, but I can say to all of you, there is no part of me that thinks that was the right way to behave in that moment. There's no part of me that thinks that's the optimal way to handle a feeling of disrespect or insults.
I mean, we can agree on that for sure, because in general, those award shows, that's like just what they do. I get it. I don't like to be disrespected either. And, I respect somebody who stands up for their wife. But I would say, as far as jokes go, that the joke that he got upset about was like pretty low level. Like, they've told some way more messed up jokes, way more rude jokes. So, it's a little, I mean, it's great to stand up for your wife, but it's super like snowflakey as a celebrity to get mad at what he got mad at. So that was kind of suspect. I'm glad he thinks that it's too far, because I mean, dude, like at a comedy show, that's some pretty light work right there compared to, some other jokes, but to each their own.
After Jada rolled her eyes, did she tell you to do something? No. It's like, I made a choice on my own, from my own experiences, from my history with Chris. Jada had nothing to do with it. I'm sorry, babe. I'm going to say sorry to my kids and my family for the heat that I brought on all of us.
I have to say this, once again, I want to be as respectful, because I think Will's a nice guy. I hate to see him like this, and I'm not trying to be rude at all. But like this old like biblical version of the family, right? Like God and man and woman, and a woman's and a man's a man. And there's a reason for that. It doesn't mean a man's better than a woman. Like, a woman is amazing. And I'm not saying that to pander. It's like women create children in their womb. It's incredible. They're not supposed to be exactly the same as a man. It's like acting like we're all robots. Like, no, we're all unique, but gender is an amazing thing, and there's a reason that there's certain hierarchical structures in this world, and there's a reason that there's certain things. So I just find it fascinating that, Will Smith's family is like an experiment away from the godly way of raising a family. I'm not knocking him, I'm just noticing this. So first of all, you have, usually I think biblically and historically, the man is like the big, strong guy in the family. I'm not saying Will's not strong, but it's like, it seems like the woman in his relationship really runs the show, right? Everybody sees it. Everybody talks about it. The whole world, it's been put on blast. They've done like little round table meetings where, she's talking to him. So it's not like I'm being rude and getting into his private life. I would never do that. I really don't care about people's personal life, and I like to be as nice as possible. But he's made his family as public as you possibly can, and their internal, spousal drama has been like mainstream stuff that they've literally recorded themselves. So I'm not trying to be a jerk talking about it. I think he kind of put it out there purposely. So long story short, it's like the woman runs the show. The man's not the man. The woman's kind of the man. He's kind of like playing the woman role in certain ways. I'm not saying he's a woman, but she's dominating the relationship, totally uncharacteristic in human, nature, usually. And then you have the kids, and it's like the man is named after the woman, like Jada Smith. Jaden Smith is the boy, and the girl is named Willow Smith. And get it? Will Smith. So the man is the girl. The mom's name goes to the boy's name, and they're both like, I don't know exactly what they are, but they're both like, there is no gender. They're almost like a ungodly experiment where you're like naming the boy after the girl. The boy's like a girl, the girl's like a boy. Saying they're gender fluid, they're bi, this, they're pan. Like, I don't know what they are, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying, you get what I'm saying. It's just a very bizarre, like ungodly situation there where the wife is running the show. the man is constantly like apologizing and doing weird stuff on television because the wife's running the show. The boy's a girl, the girl's a boy, named after the guy. It's just like a fascinating, like, situation of like, and that's why, I hate to be preachy or anything. We're going to listen more because I'm not a perfect person. I'm not trying to judge anyone else's marriage and stuff. I'm responsible for my own life, and I'm not trying to act like a annoying pastor because I'm not even a pastor. But, I do think that there are certain rules in this world, and there's a reason that they're there for. It's like saying, obese is beautiful. And it's like there are some obese people that are very attractive in some ways, but also it's unhealthy. So if we're going to have this massive pandemic where the CDC in 2020 is allowed to shut down gyms and beaches, and then everybody's getting fatter and childhood obesity is on the rise, like, are we really making society healthier? You get what I'm saying? Like, it's so blatantly obvious, but common sense isn't common anymore. So you have it bleeding into society, relationships, and everybody wants to act like it's hate speech to just say what is like, historically and like just true. So, nobody's perfect, and everybody's going to have some sort of flaws in their relationship, etc. But when you completely reject human nature and you completely reject, in many cases, like God and, the natural order, things are bound to go wrong. And it's not just the Chris Rock situation. That's my unprofessional opinion without being too rude about it. And let's move on. But it's like, you just hate to see someone down and out like this because Will Smith is one of the coolest people in modern history. He's the man, I would love to see him up and having a great time. He deserves it. I mean, he's such an icon and such a legend that he deserves to be praised and, loved throughout his career, not like constantly on television apologizing to his wife, to Chris Rock. You just hate to see it, God bless the guy.
To all my fellow nominees, this is a community. It's like I won because you voted for me. And it really breaks my heart to have stolen and tarnished your moment. I can still see Questlove's eyes. It happened on Questlove's award, and it's like I'm sorry really isn't sufficient.
You definitely did upstage Questlove's award, but here's the thing. It's like the Academy, on one hand, I'm sure they're mad at him because he hit somebody or whatever. But on another hand, there's a reason that there's quote-unquote conspiracy theories about it being staged. Because if you look at the business side of it, and, it's like in a situation, they're always like, who gains to benefit from this? That's how they solve certain crimes and they, get certain suspects or whatever. I mean, the Academy Award, as much as they maybe suffered through the slap, they've gained more viewers and interest than ever. It's like nobody has given a crap about the Academy Awards or whatever the hell stupid award show, because you have these douchey celebrities stand up on stage and cry and say, Donald Trump's bad, I hate America, I'm so racist, I'm so sorry. It's become so cringe. They're not like funny or interesting anymore. They're not likable characters. They're just a bunch of like out of touch, like left-wing dummies. So, on one hand, yeah, what you did was super messed up and everybody's upset at you. On another hand, I bet you there's some businessman behind the scenes like, oh my gosh, like, thank you, Will Smith, for making our really uninteresting event interesting again. Let's see.
What would you say to the people who looked up to you before the slap, or people who expressed that you let them down? So there's two things. One, disappointing people is my central trauma. I hate when I let people down. So it hurts.
Man, I just hate to see Will Smith like this. Let me know in the comment section. I'm sure there's going to be some people that say the slap was fake, the apology's fake, it's all theater. And I honestly don't think so, but I'm leaving room for that to be true, because in this world, like, I'm not going to say everything's fake, but like reality TV is way faker than people realize. Politics is way faker than people realize. Everybody's heroes are fake. I'm not like a pessimist. I'm an optimistic person. I'm not like a hater or anything, but I don't really like television, and I do find everybody fake. And people got to remember, like, actors, they're fake by nature because their whole job is to be fake. You get what I'm saying? Like, my job is not to go up here and pretend like I'm a character from the, it's like that's their job. They're like, who are you? I'm Will Smith. Now what am I? You're a cowboy, or like you're the Men in Black, or whatever. It's like that's kind of their entire job, is to be able to sell you on a lie, right? They're the ultimate con artists. And I'm not saying they're all bad people, because it is an interesting skill, but that's their skill. Their skill is to make you watch a television or a movie screen and think that they're somebody they're not. They're the ultimate deceivers. So it's not crazy to think that they would lie to you when their whole job is lying. Like, you look at someone like Alec Baldwin, and it's you're just watching the psychology unravel in front of you, and it's just fascinating, because it's like, think about who they really are. They're people who get to lie for a living and pretend that they're cooler than they are, or that they're different than they are, or, play roles. And then you treat them like they're these massive heroes and give them a bunch of money. So, there's a reason that a lot of celebrities are garbage people, because they're the ultimate deceivers. They're the ultimate car salesman. They're the ultimate con. And I know some great actors, but it's like, to me, it's a crazy profession. Like, I would never wake up, no offense, and be like, I want to pretend like I'm somebody else and have everybody love me for it. Like, it's a weird thing to go for. But, I rap and stuff. That's kind of weird too. I'm not trying to act like I'm holier than thou. I just, I get why people think it's fake, because that's what most movies are. They're fake, fakers faking and convincing you that something fake is real with a bunch of CGI and, scripted lines. That's a reality show, and that's regular shows as well.
It hurts me psychologically and emotionally to know I didn't live up to people's image and impression of me. And the work I'm trying to do is, I am deeply remorseful, and I'm trying to be remorseful without being ashamed of myself. Right? I'm human, and I made a mistake, and I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking.
Good for you, Will Smith, because even like if it did happen, it's not the worst thing in the world. Like, there's people that literally bomb 7 countries at once and get Nobel Prizes. There's people that have like killed millions of people with pharmacy scams, and just deceived the public and just destroyed entire economic models and left people starving. So you're not that bad, Will Smith. Don't let these people in the media act like you're the worst guy. That's what they need. They need to use you to pretend like what you're doing so bad. Let's talk about Will Smith and Chris Rock for 5 years, and it's like, meanwhile they're starting wars, meanwhile they're driving up energy prices, meanwhile they're letting the average person suffer, and they're completely unapologetic about it. You're far, Will Smith, God bless you, brother. You're far from the worst person in the world. They're using you. The celebrity culture and the media and politics is using you as a distraction from the real evils that they're doing. As a friend, as a, of Chris Rock, for sure that affected his life and, people around it, but it also probably benefited him as well. I'm sure he sold more tickets to his comedy tour. So, the yin and the yang, everything balances out. Definitely don't beat yourself up about it, bro, because they're going to try to use this as a big distraction, like the Amber Heard case, and act like it's so bad. There's much worse stuff going on out there. I'm glad you know that, because they will try to treat you like a piece of shit, and I don't think you are, Will Smith. God bless you, brother.
I'm trying not to think of myself as a piece of shit. So I would say to those people, I know it was confusing. I know it was shocking. But I promise you, I am deeply devoted and committed to putting light and love and joy into the world. And, if you hang on, I promise we'll be able to be friends again.
Let's be friends, Will. You've never said anything super annoying politically. Like, there's so many just scummy celebrities that are such frauds and liars. Like, I've never had a reason to dislike Will Smith. So I hope his come up is big, and I hope he does something like, really beneficial. I mean, I'm not acting like he has to be a big activist or anything, but I hope he gets back to it. And I think he's been a net positive on the world. Like, his shows have been very entertaining. There's never been like a really evil plot to his shows or his music. It's always like, compare his stuff to some of these degenerate rappers that the kids are listening to now. It's like they're like, rob people, kill them, blah blah, drugs. It's like, I'm not acting like I'm a square and I've never heard rap music. I'm just saying there's some really evil, demonic rappers out there. I don't think he's one of them. I think he's just like lost in the sauce of a crazy relationship. And as anybody knows, it's like your spouse, and that, like, when things are not brewing 100% in unison in that department, it can really mess stuff up. That's why I'm so patient and cautious with my relationships. It's like, on one hand, obviously I want to make the right decision, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to just be single or whatever, or like like not get married and stuff, but I'm like so cautious because I'm like, I'm not trying to wait forever, but I want to make the right selection because it's a beautiful thing to have children and get into this world. But when I'm free like now and I'm able to really do what I want and I don't have any distractions and I'm generally peaceful and happy, the wrong relationship can really send even the greatest men in the world into like a spiraling hell. So I definitely want to be thoughtful about that. God bless you guys. I appreciate you. If this is your first time watching, subscribe to my channel on Facebook or YouTube. If you don't know what my channel is, you can go to dreamrarelinks.com and you can find all of my links to my podcast, audio, video, Facebook, YouTube, you name it, it's there. God bless y'all. My name's Anomaly or Dream Rare on Instagram, and I'll be back soon.
It's the Dream Rare Podcast. Welcome to the show. The way to get the news at the desk or on the road. Let's go. God is great and success in our control. The world is crazy, but we get better from obstacles. It's the Dream Rare Podcast. Welcome to the show. The way to get the news at the desk or on the road. Let's go. God is great and success in our control. The world is crazy, but we get better from obstacles. Yeah.